Hi, this is Chris. It's the first Monday of the month, so it's time for my show and tell of my Ann Brook Textile Artist 52 Tags Handmade Challenge. And I have mine tied up with a bow made out of some vintage lingerie bias tape or seam binding. I found this on Pretty Pink Cottage on Etsy. She often has one-of-a-kind vintage items that she finds at the great flea markets in her area. Also, I had to purchase a larger ring for my tags. This is a 3-inch ring. It fits the tags fine, but some of my tags I had put eyelets on them, and I had to take the eyelets out to fit this ring. But that's okay. And I'll put these in the description below. I'll put a link to these so you can find a 3-inch ring if you want to use one of those for your tags. So I will take them off the ring for the last 4 weeks and show you. This will be weeks 14 through 17. Okay, week 14 was a treasure and a pocket. And Anne suggested that you find a little treasure, perhaps a seashell that you found on the beach, or a pretty pebble or something. And so I was trying to think of something, and I found something special. I'll show you in a minute. So here is my pocket and a treasure, and I'll come in closer. So I have a backing piece of just some Egyptian cotton sheeting. I had some wonderful Egyptian cotton sheets that I actually wore out, and so I've been using that for my backing. And then this pretty yellow with just some running stitch. And then my pocket is a piece of sari silk that was sent to me from my East Indian friends. And there's a bit of trim here. And then this little bit of blue in the background. And then I have these little footprints going off to the side. And here's a clue. I have some little peacock feathers across the top. Then below I picked out some sequins from my grandmother's sequin box. Okay, here's my grandmother's sequin box. I'll zoom out again. And right here there are some sew-on rhinestones, a cute little button card with all the buttons on it, and all kinds of sequins, some instructions on sewing sequins. These are all from the 40s and the 50s. So she didn't use up all her crafting supplies. And she didn't have a lot. She had a lace box and this sequin box. And so in here I found different shapes of sequins. And those are what I used from Grandma's sequin box. So they're kind of hard to see. One at the bottom is a turquoise with a dark blue sequin in the center and a golden French knot to hold it in place. And then a dark blue sequin here, a gold sequin here, and a turquoise sequin here. So the treasure I picked was something I found a few years back, and it's a perfectly formed peacock feather, but it's only 3 inches long. We always think of peacock feathers as being really long, from a foot to 6 feet sometimes. But There are peacocks that wander my neighborhood and have as long as I've lived here. And every once in a while I find a really nice feather in my yard. Because I don't really have a fence. I live on an irrigation canal and on a bluff, and below me is a horse ranch. And so the peacocks enjoy roaming around the whole neighborhood. So I have this perfect little short peacock feather, and it fits in this pocket right here. And that's my pocket and my treasure. I think that was my favorite one for the month of April. So the next one was tiny scapes. You could do day or night. And so this is my tiny scape. And I really like the way Anne Brooke did her sun with the radiating stitches to show it being all bright. And I may have been a little bit overambitious because I wanted to do a tiny scape of the view out my window. So I've got the Sierra Mountains here, and then the trees from the foothills, and then the trees of the neighborhoods. I didn't put in the houses. There would be houses across here. Although I live far back from the road, they're pretty small from my window. And then this represents my road to my house, and sagebrush and other natural bushes that grow between my house and the road where it's been left natural. So that's number 15, tiny scapes. And number 16 is seed stitch. And Anne demonstrated stitching around a circle. So I cut out a circle of paper with my paper punch, different sizes, and pinned them down, and then seed stitched around. And it's supposed to be random and abstract, but I couldn't help. These look like little leaves, and so I couldn't help just making them kind of drapey little leaves coming down. And I have some cotton batting underneath, and then my sheeting backing. So that was number 16, seed stitch. Number 17 was couching. And so this was, for me, the most difficult one, rolling up these little pieces of fabric. It was kind of tedious. And I put my backing material, the sheeting again, on a hoop to give me a little bit more control to hold it. And so Anne suggested using a color that you don't normally use. So I used pink, red, and purple, which are colors I don't normally use. And a little bit of trim here that had some gold in it. And then again, my grandmother's, from my grandmother's sequin box, this red sequin and this purple one with red French knots to hold them on. And then 3 of those little sew-on rhinestones that I showed from the box earlier. So those are my 4 tags for the month of April. With 14, a treasure in a pocket. 15, tiny scapes. Whoops, 16, seed stitch, and 17, couching. So are you doing the 52 tags handmade challenge? Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite for April that you made. And which one gave you a real challenge. So thanks for watching. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.